Hey, Brandon. Hey, Brandon. How's it going?
How's it going, Eric?
Uh,
Hey, Brandon.
Oh, hey, Ed. How's it good? How are you doing?
Good, good. Thank you.
We can't hear you, Brandon. You've got audio issues. Um, Hopefully he gets it figured out. All right.
Yeah,
Well, how did things end up with that deal?
I haven't heard back yet. I talked to them. Let's see, when did I talk to you? Monday? Talked to them on Monday evening and then sent them a bunch of stuff Tuesday and just waiting to hear back. They were going to talk to their other family members. One's in Kentucky, one's in Illinois, one's in Colorado.
Cool.
So hopefully I'll hear from them today.
I uh I just closed a cash deal this morning, so that was nice. That's been a while since I've closed one of those I felt good about.
Man, that's
So
good.
yeah, it just I'm not a, they came from a Facebook ad, but instead of filling out the ad, they just messaged me within Facebook, and they happened to live like 2 minutes away from me. So I went over there, and they were just comparing me to Open Door, and uh, they said another one of those other cash people.
Really? So how does that typically work then?
So that the way this worked, he said that the only the husband was on title, and only the husband was there, and he said that his wife, who I assume actually exists because he seemed
Mhm.
pretty honest, but that
Yeah,
she had been watching me on YouTube for years, and that
really?
she said he had to get an offer from me before they decided which one they wanted to go with.
Huh.
And I don't know why. So I was very transparent in like, hey, we can get you an extra $45,000 if I list and sell this. And normally I don't go on the appointments directly with sellers, but since this guy didn't click on my ad and fill out the website, he didn't get assigned to an agent. And because he was messaging me that he lived and where he lived, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm just gonna do this one. But uh so I just went over because he's so close. But he didn't want the extra money. He said he's buying a house out in what do you call it? Fort Morgan,
Hmm.
and he needed the cash from this to close on that, and he needed the cash next week.
Wow.
So,
Yeah. Well, that's one of those classic cases where it's good. I was listening to one of those carrot things yesterday because I was trying to decide what to do with my website, whether to make it there's either agent investor type of thing where it's originally an agent website and then you do a hybrid to, you know, make it investor friendly, or you do investor and make it agent friendly. And so that you've talked to Trevor, right? I mean, you've done a
yep.
couple of things with him, and he was and he told us one story about, hey, when you go out to a to trade in a car at a dealership, then yeah, you trade in with them just because it's easier,
Mhm.
and darn well it's going to be less money and all that, but it's just more hassle. So you just say, fine, just give me the cash, and you're taking a discount.
I
And I
think
think,
you always
yeah,
go with the investor site and not the agent site, and there's a few reasons for that. For one, nobody's looking for an agent. Everyone knows a bunch of agents already,
that's true. That's a good point.
right? So if you're going to close someone cold, you have a way better chance coming across as an investor. So there's one good reason. But the second reason, which is maybe even more important, it's not legal to present yourself as an agent and then transfer into being a buyer without a whole bunch of disclosures. And you can't run ads into an agent site without your broker's information, and it's very regulated. Like you're in a presenting yourself as a fiduciary from the start, and so
Yeah.
you just open Pandora's box for problems, right? Where if you start as an agent, they're and you're not presenting yourself as a fiduciary, you don't have any of those problems to worry about. And it's
Really?
much easier to pivot from an investor to an agent than it is other way around.
That is good to know. And after watching a couple of little training videos that he had on doing a hybrid kind of a site, I was getting the impression that it really is easier to do the investor side first, because the other thing that he said about the agent side is that that is really designed to just get you retail buyers. I'm not looking for retail buyers. Maybe I should, I don't know, but I'm not really looking for that. I just thought, it's better just to be able to at least list people's property, that are sellers.
Yeah.
And
I just be aware that Trevor doesn't do, he's not an investor or an agent. He's a website company,
mhm,
and the more they can sell you. So from his point of view, there's a lot more clients out there that are agents than there are clients out there that were investors. And he started his company as Investor Carrot. And then
mhm,
they took the word investor off and called it Carrot. And they
mhm.
tried to widen the gap to include agent websites, because
Huh.
then his pool of customers can grow significantly. Right. So Trevor has it in his best interest, and his whole company has it in their best interest, to try to push the agent website side of things, because that's where the money's at. There's a
Mhm.
bunch of agents who made a whole bunch of money the last few years, and they want websites and they don't know about how to be an investor, how to invest in it. So he's trying to back into that, corner. Same
Mhm.
same can be said for me right now, right? With the whole rebranding of Self-Made Flipper. The
Right.
reason I'm pivoting from calling it Self-Made Flipper into broker investor is, just super transparent here. There's a whole lot more brokers out there with money that want to learn how to become investors than there are vice versa. So
Mhm.
you should filter everything you're hearing from Trevor through the lens of, he's trying to push this agent site thing, but maybe there's no need for an agent website. Maybe, just possibly,
Right.
the reason Investor Carrot was like successful from the start was because you should have an investor website.
Mhm.
So,
Right. So then you've got your own Carrot website, obviously, and then but didn't you play around for a while with another site, and then come
drop
back to
funnels.
Carrot?
Yes. So both Carrot and drop funnels are just software platforms built on top of WordPress to make it simpler for a layman to create a website, or a WordPress website, right? That's
Mhm.
your end goal, is you want a WordPress website because it ranks higher in Google, has faster load speeds, which is
Hmm.
why Carrot's whole thing is around SEO. And it's because it's built on WordPress, right? So that the
Hmm.
whole idea behind the company to start with was, how can we help investors get a good website that's WordPress without teaching them how to use WordPress? Well,
Hmm.
we'll
Okay.
build this interface on it, right? Well,
Yeah.
drop funnels did the exact same thing, except for they didn't focus on real estate investors. They went just wide open. Everybody under the sun, any business type. If you want
Wow.
a WordPress website, they actually built an interface that's just like ClickFunnels. I don't know if you've heard of ClickFunnels before,
Uh,
but
yeah.
super easy drop and drag, kind of website builder. But those aren't WordPress websites, so they don't rank very well. They page load speeds, the page
Hmm.
load speeds are low. So drop funnels went after the ClickFunnels client base, saying, hey, you
Huh.
could build it on WordPress and it's faster. So you could use either platform and end up with the same thing. That's why I switched from Carrot to drop funnels for a while. And then Trevor reached out to me and said, hey, so the only reason I did this was because I wanted a site to look a certain way. And if I could create templates on drop funnels, so then I could make websites for other people that look like mine without having to spend like 2 weeks of manual labor
Hmm.
messing with everything, right? Like I don't want it to be like any of the Carrot templates that they have. It's a lot of little tweaks. So after I switched, um, The only reason Trevor even knew who I was, or even on the map, is Denver Property Flip, which is a carrot site, was getting like tons of traffic. So he
Hmm.
wanted to reach out to me like, "What are you doing? How come your site's getting all this traffic?" Because they can see that stuff. That's how I got on his map. Anyway, so then when I moved to Drop Funnels, I canceled my carrot site, and that's when he reached out and was like, "Hey, wait a minute, what are you doing?"
Yeah, right.
So I explained it to him, and he was like, "Oh, all right. Well, we can just give you the let's I'll make you a template." Like, so I paid him some money. It was a very discounted rate. He gave me a killer deal on it. He made my own template that no one else can have in Carrot. And so that's why I'm back to Carrot, because now I can create websites for everybody without having to start from scratch, because I've got my Denver property flip template built in Carrot, and now I can just start from there and just change out the little things like the logo and things like that.
Hmm. Right. Well, that makes sense, and I've had that carrot site for like a year and a half, but I've been so busy trying to chase deals every day that it gets so hard to then dig into the minutia of every page and all the dialogue and all the narrative and all the the SEO stuff, which I know nothing about. And it,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
suggest you give up on that before you even get started, the SEO thing. But go on.
yeah.
Yes, just don't even do it. Don't go down that rabbit hole.
Oh
That's
man.
my suggestion for you.
So what's the best way to get leads then?
So the SEO, the reason I say don't go down the SEO rabbit hole is, so that's what you got. Everybody in the carrot world, right, is trying to get SEO, and there's just thousands of people trying to win the SEO game.
Mhm.
And it's like running on a treadmill. You're going to post after post and video and all this optimization and clicker, do all this. And all these other people are doing the same thing,
Yeah.
right? So you can join them and work for free for years, literally years, to
Wow.
see a benefit, which I think is kind of dumb. Or you can use pay-per-click marketing, which is immediate. There's a learning curve to it for sure, just like SEO, but you can turn your leads on and off at will. And um, leads are less expensive now than they used to be, for sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I also think what works extremely well, if going the organic route, I keep saying this, people have been watching these videos for a while, like, oh, he's going to pull this damn magnet out again. But
Right.
the only reason I keep bringing it up is because it works and it's still bringing me in deals, and I've been doing it for years, and it's so simple. But I have these magnets made in bulk,
Yeah.
and I buy them off of uprinting.com,
Yeah.
and it's
Okay.
pretty
Yeah.
cheap. And I hire a high school kid to go through neighborhoods and put these magnets on their front door. And the reason it's a magnet instead of something else, it's one, when they get it, they can put it on their refrigerator and keep it for later. But
Right.
two, it's a lot quicker to hand them out, because you're hitting every house. And if if the neighborhood has steel doors, metal front doors, metal garage door, do don't do the mailboxes. I learned the hard way. That's a federal offense.
Yeah. Yeah. That is in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Uh,
true.
yeah, but you just stick it on there, and they can get a bunch of houses done quick. But I have them bring tape with them too, so if everything else fails, they just tape the magnet to the front door.
Wow. Yeah. Good. That is
That
good.
works. I think uh, I might even try this again. It's been a while since I tried it. The expired listing, especially
Mhm.
now more than ever. And the reason I say now more than ever is there was more expired listings in our area. There was more expired listings in the last 3 months than there were closings.
Really?
It-
Wow.
yes. So now, in the past, you do expired listings and there weren't that many. And there was all these new agents from Keller Williams and all these other brokerages fighting over this small pool of leads that they're all calling, right? That's not the case anymore. Now the number of agents is dropping at a record pace
Really?
because
Wow.
volume's down, right?
Yeah.
I literally, closing companies are firing people. My closing company's got a third of the people that it had just 4 months ago.
Really?
because volume's down. Mortgage brokers are going out of business. Real estate agents are throwing in the towel. All the ones that just hopped in at the end that thought it was going to be easy.
Wow. Yeah.
And you've got record number of expired listings, and you have a better offer than anybody else calling them anyway, because you throw the fix and list offer onto the table,
Mhm.
and now they've got a reason to listen to you.
Wow. Well, that's good to know. So then with my site then, I mean, should I spend the money to have Carrot, like $2,700 to have Carrot, build this site for me and all that, make it a hybrid site? And I was just going to make it a hybrid site just to focus on probate stuff and get the leads for probate and all that. Do I do that, or is it worth having a Carrot site, or, you know?
Yeah, I think it's worth having a Carrot investor site, and they're good right out of the box for if you're not going to drive paid traffic to the site, you just need a business card, pretty much, a digital business card. And you can get that by just going to Carrot, signing up for an investor site, which is their bread and butter from the start anyway.
That's what I've got.
Just to get the cheapest one, right? And go in and put your info in it. And you can make it a hybrid site yourself in the fact that you put in the descriptions and stuff and on the front page that you're both a real estate company and an investing company, and you can help put together creative deals to solve about any situation, like some
Okay.
language like
Yeah.
that, right? And
Right.
then don't spend $2,700 on the hybrid site, because what are you getting in the end anyway?
Well, it wasn't really for the hybrid site. It was just to have them customize my site, so it's not just so generic. I mean, I've got whatever when I signed up in July of 21, they gave me the site, and I've customized it a little bit, but not much, because I just don't know that much about what I'm doing. It just takes me forever, and I've tried to train my VA that handles stuff for me 4 hours a day to do that, and he's done okay with it, but it just takes forever.
What's your website?
Um, it is Integrity Homes.
Like weed?
Yeah,
Integrity. No.
there you go. See, that's not
South Park. I don't know if you know what I'm
mine.
talking
But if you go to
about.
Integrity, it's RITY.
That's what I had before.
But there might be a few of those. But if you go to the Carrot site,
Oh, is it on
well,
the Carrots URL?
no, I am sorry. It is integrityhomes.info. I mean, but it might be on a carrot.com. Yeah.
Okay.
There you
Here
go.
we go.
Right there.
There's
Yep.
a reason I
That's it.
brought this up. Okay. Um this website sucks. So I like the video. That's good. But
Yeah. I have one video on there.
right away, hey Brandy, can you hear us, by the way? No. Well, maybe he can. We just can't hear him. All right, away. This logo, you're gonna wanna so I'm building a site for a guy named Billy out of North Carolina,
Mhm.
or Raleigh, North Carolina. And let's see if I can find it here. The logo for him. Let's just do this. And most recent. Here it is. Okay, so he had this logo built on a transparent background,
Uh-huh.
and it being, see how it's all grayed out instead
Uh-huh.
of, so the first logo he created was this, or oh, I don't have it. Anyway, he started with a different one and it had a white background, just like yours does. Yours
Yeah.
has a black background. You don't want a background at all. If you had to have a background, a white background would be good. But if you
Huh.
can have this logo redone so
Mhm.
that it's not white here, or if there's like I don't know, a picture of a black house or something and that's on it,
Oh, okay. Right.
right? So
Mhm.
you could put it, and then it looks more like, so I want you to compare what you're looking at there to, here's a two more websites. Let's get rid of this step two. Doesn't this look much more professional than that?
Uh-huh. Yep. It definitely does. But see, it's just that kind of help that I was going to have Carrot's staff do it for me because I just get lost with this stuff, you know? And
Yeah.
I mean, if there's somewhere else where you think that I could go to have them customize it rather than Carrot, and if it'd be more
Well,
cost effective or
you should.
something,
Your
or
first problem is your logo. So, and I don't know if they're going to make you a new logo for that money. If they will, then it's probably a good deal. But some other things. See how I just made this background image like light colored so I
uh-huh,
could stick words over the top of it without
right,
boxes around them,
uh-huh,
right? And my only boxes are input box because I want you to go. That's where I want you to fill out, and sales video.
hmm,
Right. And by the way, I used the background image of the sales video with text on it, so I get an additional. People respond to words to
hmm,
copyright, so I got an extra box to put words on. But anyway, so you don't want this to be. This looks old and like a long time ago, back when people are just learning how to make websites. The
right,
way you make it look better is you make this faded, the background picture, and then just put the words over the top of it like this. Right now,
right.
it stands out.
Well, um, yeah, and again, I mean, with everything that I've got there, it's just I just tried to do the best I could, not knowing anything about it, and it's just so generic. And so, I don't know if that's something that you feel like you could help me out with and I could pay you, or if there's somebody else that you could guide me to with it and just have, because I just need it done. It's been a year and a half, it's driving me crazy, you know, because it's just not really usable. I don't get any traffic to it. Um, I don't know anything about the pay-per-click stuff.
You're not going to get traffic to it even after they fix it. That's a whole nother thing,
Yeah.
which is something I like would definitely be able to help you with if you weren't in Denver. I just don't want to run. Oh, I don't want to do what I know needs done here. You need a bunch of testimonial videos, and I don't want to put. So this is what. So for instance, you go to Raleigh, right? This guy's not a competitor of mine because he's in a different market.
Yeah.
But look at this. So this is my website in Denver, and I know it converts.
Hmm.
This is his website in Raleigh. I know I can spend money sending traffic to the site and it will work
Hmm.
because I've done it in Denver. But watch as I scroll down. Me,
Right.
me,
Right.
uh, partner Tom. But and if I started this video, I'm in that one too. And there I am there. So if I did this on your website, now I'm creating a competitor and sticking myself all over their
Right.
competitor's website,
Right.
right? Where it's like it doesn't work in Denver, but in Raleigh it works
Right.
because
No, that makes total sense. So,
right. Uh, so I
so
guess
with
this
my,
is my problem with if you hired me to fix your website, I already know that you're not going to get a conversion rate off of this without a whole bunch of testimonial videos. The reason this website works is video, 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 video.
hmm, right.
That's it, right? So you need to provide a bunch of testimonial videos, which you probably don't have yet. And I know anything
Right.
else I did, you wouldn't get your money back.
Yeah, it's a chicken and egg kind of thing. But really
Right.
all I'm trying to do is just have a tool that I can just start generating some leads and focus on probate stuff. So I can just put some little articles in there about probate. But when I'm trying to actively, I mean, with the probate stuff, it's a matter of like me right now. I'm like sending out letters and I'm signing the letters and doing the envelopes and and then follow up with calls and emails and all that kind of thing. But when I send out the emails and all that, then I think, well, man, somebody's going to want to take my letter or my email and they're going to want to go and see if I have a site. And my site sucks right now.
Yeah,
So
there's too many colors on it too.
yeah.
It's all over the
So
place.
yeah. And, you know,
Hmm.
I understand you don't want to have me be a,
Well,
competitor and all that with you. And I mean,
Right.
if
Well,
if there's a way that I can work with you on stuff or whatever,
right.
that's fine. But if not, if you have any ideas about where I could go, just so I have a decent site, so I can convert some probate leads and have a presence online where it looks like I'm, legit. Um, I've got, a site that actually my son's wife worked up for me when I was just going from my property management job at Integrated Properties to having my own company, and it was Integrity Asset Services Inc. So she did an Integrity Asset Services Inc. website for me, and it looks nice, and it's all commercial real estate oriented, and development and stuff that I did,
All right.
but
Let's do this. So if you give me your carrot login, I can log in and do some basic stuff to make this look a lot better. But you need a logo. So I'm not going to charge you anything to go in and tweak this to make it look a little better.
yeah,
And then if you get
that's
a
great.
logo and update, do you know how to change the logo out?
Uh,
Well,
I'm not sure I can probably
even
do
if
it.
you don't, if you get a logo and just email it to me, I'll change it out for you.
Okay,
Give me your carrot login. Actually, get the logo first, then send me your logo and carrot login, and I'll fix it. And it'll take me all of 10 minutes to make it look
really?
1,000
Gee, man,
times
that'd be
better than
awesome.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
The,
But then
the
for going
logo
forward with like doing pay-per-click ads and stuff like that, you know,
that I can't help you with. So
where's where's the best place that I should go just to get some simple
it's tough,
ads like
right?
that? I don't know.
So the reason it's tough is you've got a couple options. One is learning how to do them yourself, which is going to be a long haul.
Yeah.
Or two is hiring an advertising agency, and they're going to charge you so much that when you spread that cost of the advertising agency over the leads, it makes your cost per lead so high that it doesn't work very well anymore.
Hmm. Right.
Uh,
Well, then is the best thing, really all I was trying to do is, and I assume it probably is a good idea for me just to have a site that
yes.
somebody can go to, right? I mean, you got to have some kind of a online presence.
If you need a digital footprint, that digital business card, the website that looks better than this, because this is repelling people. So
Right.
if you go to fiverr.com
Hmm.
and hire a logo guy there, it's no longer $5 like it used to be, but like $100. And you somewhere
Yeah.
between 80 and 100, just go through and find some good logo guy. You could even send him this logo and be like, this is what I got now, but I need a new logo that looks better. And
Yep.
the requirements are it needs to be on a transparent background. Like that's important. And it has to have that. So I really like how you put in there quick, honest property solutions.
Hmm.
Like if you look at, oh, you can't see it anymore, but if, or I'll put it back on my website, I stuck "We buy houses fast, any condition" in
Hmm.
the logo,
Yep.
and I think that's important.
Yep.
So I like the quick, honest solutions. So that or a different one, either way, but
Right.
have that in there. Have it on a transparent background, and you don't want it square. You want it rectangle
Okay.
with
That makes
big
sense.
letters. So I should show one other thing with my screen. The so see how the word Denver property flip is
Hmm.
it's big, right? Versus here's Beltline home buyers.
Right.
Which do you think looks better?
That does.
Denver property flip looks better, doesn't it?
Hmm.
And it's because the letters are big and
Uh-huh.
they stand out. So you want rectangular shape, big letters, some version of a house, and either this tagline or this is good too. Quick, honest property solutions is
Okay.
also, especially if you're going after probate.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And I think that we actually did get the logo done through Fiverr,
there you
originally.
go.
So yeah, so I'll just do that. That's fine. But as far as like pay-per-click things go and all that, I don't know. I mean, I just want just a digital footprint where people can go once they get my letter or they get an email from me or something and just be able to go there and say, okay, well, this guy's real, and you want it to be as customized as you can. I'll just have to work on that. But if it's even just that for right now, I'm just sending out letters and follow up with phone calls and emails, and don't do much with the whole pay-per-click thing. I mean, I would love to have just something where I'm not always spinning the marketing wheel and
Mhm.
I'm trying to build it up. That's why I wanted to do the carrot site,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
I don't think the SEO thing works anymore. That's my, I think it was a great thing a long time ago.
hmm,
And if you were one of the first people of the party way back when, it was pretty easy. You just stuck the right keywords all over your site and you got all kinds of free leads. But
yeah,
those days came and went.
right. But then in order for my site, other than the logo, getting the logo done, just putting my own content on there, or do you think it's worthwhile having Carrot customize my site and spend $2,700 doing it?
I don't think you need new content in here at all. I don't think anyone's going to read blog posts. Um,
Okay,
I don't think the main reason why you want to switch out the text is for SEO anyway. Just which I don't think that's a game worth playing. I
okay,
think it just needs to look nicer. I think you're wasting your money on everything else.
really? Okay, so then just put in my own little articles about probate or whatever, and try to highlight that on the first page, and then in order to drive people to the site, though, I mean, if it's pay-per-click, I don't know, I might just want to try to do something, some
AdWords
matrix or
Nerd
something.
is good.
So
Um,
so try AdWords.
AdWords Nerds is the name of the company.
Okay, I'll write that down. Okay.
Uh,
All right. Well, that is really
yeah.
good to know because I was really getting really close to wanting to do this hybrid site.
Cool. Yeah.
So,
If you email me your logo after it's done, I can make your site look a whole lot better. It won't take me long at all.
oh
We
man,
just,
that's so nice. Thank you, man.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
will, I
No
will
problem.
definitely, yeah, I will definitely,
Mm.
you know, throw all sorts of business your way.
Don't
And then
worry
and
about
then seriously, I mean, you've got agents there and all that, and I'd be happy to work out some deal, just like what we were talking about the other day,
it.
just
Yeah.
if there's something that I don't know whether you want retail buyer leads or just uh, other leads that I can't do anything with, or just like what we were talking about the other day,
Yeah.
you
If
know.
you have retail buyer leads, there's definitely agents in my brokerage that would like that. Like
Okay.
go help them find a house. Plus, sometimes we can marry them up. It's rare, but every once in a while they're looking
Yeah.
for what we have, right?
Yeah.
And then it's kind of a win-win for everyone because we don't need to make a full commission on both sides of a deal. We
Right.
can kind of everybody gets a little better piece.
Yeah. And there's a way that I get like a referral fee or something, just doesn't have to be big, but
Yeah.
something that'd be great,
Yeah.
They
Yeah. If you
all they
got
all
buyer
add
leads.
up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. Well, it's good. I mean, I hate to take this whole hour for just my stuff. So
Oh,
but
it's
there's
fine.
nobody else on this now. So this
Yeah.
would be one that you even
Yes.
want to post.
That will change at some point, but right now I'm redoing all kinds of content and um there's a lot of work that needs to be done before we relaunch under the Broker Investor name. And so I kind of don't want new people quite in yet because
Okay.
that
Yeah.
way I can finish what I need to work on first. And then, all right, now I'll open the floodgates.
Right. But
Yeah.
I honestly thought, wow, there'll probably be a lot of people on this on this call today, because you're going to be explaining what you're going to be doing with Broker Vester. So I don't know whether they explain
Yeah.
it to me or just wait till next time there's more people or something or what, but
We'll probably just wait till next time. There's more people that, but it's not, I can do both. It's all we're gonna do. We're gonna take a bunch of the education that's in the paid group,
Uh-huh.
like the paid courses,
Yeah.
and redo it. We're completely starting from scratch to redo all the lessons, but we're going to go through every deal type known to man, or like 13 of them that we identified, different ways to close deals.
Hmm.
Go through each of them in detail, like how to do them. Then go through different ways to bring in leads organically, an overview and pay per click, all that, and then go through case studies and templates for every deal type.
Hmm.
So here's the contract, and we're going to just give it away to everybody for free. It's going to
That's
be
great.
a new course that everyone has access to. And then we're going to try to bring in as many people as possible to go through all of the free, awesome stuff. And what I think is probably the most valuable real estate course you could get, and it won't cost a dime. And the idea is through that, we'll get to know people and people will get to know us. I say us because Tom's going to be more involved.
Hmm.
And
Right.
a certain percentage of those people will want to buy leads from us.
Hmm.
And with those people, we'll not only do like I'll do all the marketing to bring in their leads, not in Denver,
Right.
anywhere else. And
Right.
then Tom will work with them one on one, like literally be a collaborator in our CRM in Follow Up Boss and look at the leads and help them close the first few deals. And then continue to work with them as much as possible to get people off the ground. What we want is to have 20, 25 people across the United States duplicating my business model in their market.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of a franchise model in a way where we're
Hmm.
going to
Right.
completely here, we're going to build it all out for you. Leads are coming in. Here's what you do with the leads. Here's how you close the deals. All right, now I'm going to make money off the leads because we're going to charge for the leads, and it'll be bought in packages of 20, 30, but it won't be a ton. It'll be like, we're not going to overcharge for the leads or anything like that. But
Yeah.
that's the that's the angle.
So then when you're selling the leads though, they've got to be, every different location's leads. So how do you
Well,
do that then?
so this is what
How
makes
do
it
you,
so much more powerful than everybody else that sells leads. I'm not going to just sell, like I don't have a nationwide generic website. Like literally I'm going to make custom ads in for Raleigh, North Dakota, or Raleigh, North Carolina, for instance.
right.
I have ads that are just running to Raleigh, North Carolina that just go to Billy Reardon's website, Beltline Home Buyers,
Hmm.
and everything's branded to Beltline Home Buyers from start to finish, and Billy gets those leads.
Right.
So we're kind of like if you think about McDonald's, like building a store in that location, building a restaurant right there.
Hmm.
We're building the whole marketing funnel, start to finish, in each location
Right.
uh, for each client.
So then he just pays you then for all the leads that have gotten built and funneled to his site. But then how do you charge him for those leads then if they're going directly to his site? I mean, he's getting all, and so you can't monitor what he's getting in any way, right?
Well, I can because we're providing the CRM also. So
Oh,
the
okay.
leads go into Follow Up Boss, which is helpful because we can track the leads, but it's also
Right.
helpful because we can see the leads and help him close the leads in
Hmm.
real time as a collaborator in the platform.
Wow. Well, man, I wish I lived in another city
Me too.
because that'd be great. But but in Denver, if you have any, I don't know if you have extra leads ever or anything, that you just want to, that you really, they're just extra and you can't do anything with them, you know?
No, so the issue gets, so say you want 30 30 leads a month, right? And they might cost $200 a piece in ad spend,
Mhm.
right? And now let's say you want 60 leads a month. Well, now you're probably spending $300 a piece in ad spend because there's only so many people out there putting in search terms and wanting to sell their house and clicking on them. So as you increase the volume, your cost per lead also increases, right? So
Hmm.
that's what makes it tough, because I need all the leads I can get that I can afford in Denver to keep the agents in my brokerage busy.
Okay.
I can't figure out a way that works for everybody involved to bring in leads for somebody else in my area without,
Okay. Well, yeah,
uh,
and if you
yeah,
and if you can use all of them that you can
that's,
get, you know.
that's kind of right now, that's where it's at. But the only way that would change is if my brokerage shrink. Like some of the guys in my brokerage don't want to be agents anymore.
Hmm.
Then that would change it. But
Yeah.
right now they're all good friends too. Like I um, don't want to get rid of any of them, and
Right.
I feel like obligated to keep giving them leads too, because it's their livelihood.
Well, you bet. Yeah. No
Yeah.
kidding. Well, yeah. I mean, if there's ever one that drops off or something, I might even consider that myself. I don't
Cool.
know, but
Cool.
we will see
Cool.
how this goes. Um,
Sounds good.
I'm just hoping something happens here, like with the probate stuff or whatever, fairly quickly. Or I mean, I've been doing this with hardly any income coming in at all for like almost 2 years.
I think that your
So,
quickest way you're going to make money and get a whole bunch of deals is by signing up for the Red X, or that's the easy button. But I think maybe you could get the data off PropStream too. But and then you use the Rojo dialer, which plugs into the Red X, and you buy expired listing leads. It's
what's the
not
Red
fun.
X?
It's a service that you can buy. So you sign up for the Red X, and they sell data, but it's in a platform. So it's kind of a CRM and a data provider here in our area.
Hmm.
I think they're in other areas too. I'm not sure if they're nationwide or not, but um, the Rojo dialer, ROJO dialer, plugs it. You buy it all through them. You just go to the redx.com, you buy it, the whole thing, and set it up through them. But what you do is you have to cold call all these expired listings, but it shows you all the data on the house as the phone's ringing. And
Hmm.
it'll dial like 4 or 5 people at a time. And whoever picks
Huh.
the phone up first, it pops up all the property data in front of you, tells you who just answered, and you can see like when the listing expired and what they had it listed for and all that.
Huh.
So while you have them on the phone, you can explain fix and list, pretty much is probably your quickest route to closing deals.
Hmm.
Like, just maybe we can get you the money you were looking for. When can I come check out the house and
Right.
see? Right. And you open that door from all these expired listings. Um, I think that's the
Interesting.
route.
Well, then I might try that. I mean, I've got PropStream, I've got, Deal Machine, I've got, you
Well, if you
know,
have got PropStream, um, there might be a way to do it. I just said with PropStream, and it's not going to be quite as streamlined because your property data is not going to be
right.
up, but you could accomplish close to the same thing with what you've already got. Because I think PropStream gives you all the expired listing data if you just click.
Is it really? I've never looked at that on PropStream.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'll have to look at that.
Yeah.
But you know, it would probably work if I had my VA just get whatever data from, it's just called the Red X. So I should just look up the Red X.
The Red X. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe I just
I've
do that
used
and I
them.
could just give him that information, right?
And I try to get brokers in my agents in my brokerage that are like, it's so slow right now. I'm like, do this. And no one will freaking do it. I'm like, oh, this is the key to,
Really?
I think if I wasn't relaunching BrokerVestor, I would probably be doing that myself right now just to prove it out and then tell the agents in my brokerage, like, look, I just did this and I have 3 listings. So why are you not doing this?
Yeah. So
Right.
then with the Red X though, I mean, how is that different from just going to the MLS and just looking at the daily, expired
Yeah.
listings?
So the what makes it different is just the speed to contact everybody and having the data in front of you. So using their software, you just you click a button and it starts calling all these people, and it waits till it gets somebody on the line and it drops the others. and it puts that person right in front of you with all their data, so you can try to get an in-person meeting without just cold
Right.
knowing nothing, right? And then
Yeah.
it keeps track of who's connected and who's not. So the next time you get in and you start the dialing again, it makes sure it doesn't call the same person again, like someone you already talked to,
Mhm.
without you having to think through or organize any of it.
Well, yeah, then it's like call tools or
Yeah.
Odeo or whatever. See, and I've got call tools, and I would take lists where they're from PropStream or whatever or a deal machine,
Right.
and I would have my VA call those lists, you know.
There you go.
So I could just have him do this then,
Yes, exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Um,
And get
okay,
appointments. And then you just go on the appointments, and he just constantly is trying to get appointments.
okay, yeah, because I mean, you know how that stuff goes. I mean, there's so many people that get called, they get so tired of getting called, and
But I think it's less that way now because we have double the expired listings that we do. I think it's not the same as it was just 4 months ago. It's a different
wow.
situation.
So you think that the Red X would have all the expired listings like up to date, or would it be beneficial for me to even like look on the MLS for expired listings to get the like the today's kind of thing?
If you've got
And
the
Red
call
X might be
center,
delayed by a month or something. I don't
if,
know.
if you've got a software that helps you manage the list of people, then you're probably better off just taking. I have never tried to do this, but I bet there's a way to just export all the expired data listing info right out of MLS
Hmm,
and then load it into the other
hmm,
call tools or whatever you were saying might be the
right?
same thing. And now you've done the same thing without signing up for RedX.
Okay, but yeah, okay. Well, I don't know. Let me just go to the Red X, and that might be just worth doing that instead of what I've been doing, and I can just have him do it. But I guess the whole point was, yeah. I mean, he's done that where I'll give him 2,500 leads to call, for people that have owned their house 20 years or more or whatever, and you know how it
Right.
goes, right?
Right.
And I've done a bunch of that, but after thousands of calls, I mean, he might get like 5 leads, you know,
Right.
but it
This
might
will
be
be
better
better
with just the
because
expired listings.
every person wants to sell. You know that because they had it listed
Hmm.
and they're not happy with what price they could get.
Yeah,
So you close that gap with fix and list. And
yeah,
plus they've already got their expectations realigned
right,
through their first
right.
yeah.
And then anytime that I have anybody on the line and they want to do a fixing list, obviously I'm just going to call you first.
Well, make sure that it's the numbers seem like it might work before
Mhm.
that, because I don't want to just go on a bunch of calls for
Well, no,
deals and
no.
our
I mean, I would
deals.
have
But
to
yeah,
say, yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like reasonably, like, all right, maybe we got something here. Then
right,
pull me in.
right.
Yeah. All
But no, I mean
right.
that makes sense. And I think even just from our little exercise earlier this week,
Yeah.
that you know, I feel like at least I've got a decent grasp of the construction costs and all that
Mhm.
kind of stuff, and I can
Yeah.
just use your template obviously, and then if
Right.
yeah, if there's somebody just says, okay, here's my house, here's what I want for it, I can say, okay, it's probably going to cost this much, is there going to be
Yeah.
enough room to make this work?
And you could say it's an estimate, right? We gotta double check the construction numbers before we ink any deal, but this
Right.
is a ballpark of where about will be. And then you bring me in to double check numbers and give them the hard number.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because I think, I mean, I could always gather my subcontractors and contractors that I know and stuff from the past. But since you
or
do
that.
this all the time, and since you're so, I mean, I would rather just
So,
work a deal with you, like we were talking
yeah.
about today, and have you make money and keep your crews busy. And are you still just running your 2 crews instead of 3?
Yeah. Yeah. And
Okay.
that's even getting tough right now. Except for I just need this guy to keeps messaging me. He can't figure out how to digitally sign the CTME contract. If he
Well, if you
signs
need to
that,
go, I
I've
mean, it's
no, if he
I've
signs this damn thing, then I can I'll have a spot for 1 week for one of the crews.
yeah, okay,
Yeah. It's not a very heavy remodel, but
yeah.
uh yeah, it's better than nothing. I'll have 1 week of work.
Well, I appreciate all that,
Well,
all that, we've talked about, and all that you've done for me, and all the experiences you've got that you've shared, and everything else. And I always believe in giving that back. So,
well,
you know,
well, appreciate it, Ed. That's
yeah,
always good to talk to you.
yeah.
Well,
So, okay, well, I'm really excited to see what you got with the broker vestor thing, and I think it's a good plan, you know.
seems like a win-win business model, which that's the only kind that works. So,
Yep, exactly. And we may still end up moving somewhere. We'll see. My wife moved to Nashville. Um, but yeah, we'll just see how this goes. But I appreciate
cool.
that. And I know we can work on whatever deals that we can do jointly, and that'd be really fun to do that. So
Sounds great, Ed.
yeah,
Yeah. We'll plan on either talking next week or maybe between now and then if these people get back to you on that deal.
I know, no kidding. Yeah, because I'm just kind of thinking that, you know, even though it would be good to list it and all that, I think they could make more money. I almost got the feeling like she was just really leaning towards just give me the cash. I just want to be out of it, kind of thing.
Cool.
So, yep. So I'll let you know.
All right. Well, sounds good, Ed.
All righty. Well, it's
All right.
fun having a little
Yeah.
talk here, and I certainly didn't mean to
It's
make it all
fine.
about me or
Good.
whatever, but
No, no problem. It was good, good talk.
so I will um do that little logo over, and I'll send it to you, and I'll give you my login and all that for my Carrot site. And
Perfect. I'll look
I'll
for
tell
it.
you what, that is just invaluable. And I can't thank you enough for even going through that with me,
No
because
problem.
I would rather not, spend $2,700 at this
Yeah.
point, and
Right.
do
But
that. And
nothing.
I really appreciate your advice that it's just not worth it. And, you know,
Yeah.
I'll
Not because
contact.
Carrot doesn't provide a good service. I just think that you don't need that service. That's
Right.
yeah,
No,
because you're
that
not going to
is,
win an SEO anyway.
just really handy. And then I'm trying to think of okay.
Oh,
AdWords
nerds.
nerds. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Good deal.
Cool. All right.
All right, Eric.
Cool. Thanks a lot,
Onwards
Ed.
and upwards. Okay.
Bye.
See you. Bye.